Manipuri choita naga manuge aquakra bichide murai dialaka hatsa uper insaf mangkuri kina Naga Students Federation ra aji Kohima de Candlelight Vigil lushe. Candlelight Vigil du Pulpari Junction de lusharo catering de Montukwa tikahin hoikina bereaved families lokot solidarity sat karataka aro insaf dibole appeal kurishe. Naga homeland de choita naga manuge bishibiabra murai dia uper NSF pra contempt creek na law enforcement agencies ke hadsa de shamil taka sub individuals ke insaf de anivo nimide thorough, transparent aro expeditious investigation kuribole chanaisha. Ajilaga event de students, tribal bodies, civil society organizations aro concerned citizens kan shamil tagisha. Details saisabu.
I warmly welcome each and every one of you to the Candlelight Vigil program organized by Naga Students Federation at 6 p.m. Pulpari this evening. As we are all aware that our presence today here is not just to show our solidarity, but to extend our support to our Naga brothers who are suffering out there in Naga homeland, and to demand for justice of the 6 Nagas who were brutally murdered by the Kuki militants. Kukis claim to be fellow Christians to the Naga brothers, but it is them who murders, mutilates the men of God, even to the extent of pastors and reverends. Naga Students Federation, Candlelight Vigil, 9 July 2026, venue Pulbari Junction, Kohima. Demand for justice for 6 Nagas, to be followed by tribute and submission of ground report and memorandum to the President of India through the Honorable Governor.
With anger and with grief, Lord, but yet we are here not without a hope, because we trust and we have our faith in the living God that we believe. Father, we pray to you that may you give the hope and also grant the comfort to all the grieving family and the loved one of the 6 Naga brothers whose life were been tragically taken, Father. We pray for the loved ones of those 6 Naga brothers, Father. I want to tell you, today, this gathering is not a mere gathering. It is a gathering of a revolutionary solidarity towards our Naga brothers who have been killed, murdered, brutally murdered, mutilated, butchered, and buried in different places. Today, we are not gathered here with fear or weakness. We are gathered here to show the unity of the Naga people. We are gathered here to send a clear message to the Kuki militants, to the government of India, that you cannot play with the Naga life in this manner. Today, this solidarity towards our 6 slain, killed brothers is accountable by the Kuki militants, by the government of India. We have seen enough those of the years where the government of India tried suppressing the Naga people. History is very clear. Today, the same thing the government of India is trying to repeat. We want to put up a clear warning to the Kuki militants as well as the government of India. Don't test the patience of the Naga people. We are together, we are united, and we will fight till the end. Naga people have not waged the war. To be very clear, Naga people have not waged the war against any communities. Naga people have always advocated for peace and harmony in the society. But if they continue to test the patience of the Naga people will not stay silent. That's very clear on the part of the Naga people. We have seen the decorum laws which have been put upon the Naga people, trying to suppress the Naga people and trying to add extra proxy war against the Naga people. This we are not going to allow. Today, this revolutionary solidarity at Phulbari signifies very clear that the unity of Naga people is mass. I want to tell my Naga brothers and sisters, every candle that you hold today will be a candle of unity, light of unity. Every step that you have taken to come to Phulbari, it's a step of unity. May God bless the Naga people. May God bless our Naga unity. Kotalim.
We are gathered here this evening with heavy hearts. We are here to pay respect to the 6 fellow Nagas who were kidnapped at Lilong Paipai Kuki village on 13th May and whose butchered remains were revealed on 10th June this year. Occasions like this compels us to recollect what has happened in the past. Ladies and gentlemen, we are all aware the Kukis came to this part of the world as mercenaries only. They came to the Naga territory as mercenaries, yet after coming here, they did not want to go back. So those who choose to remain, we had our ancestors had the goodness to accommodate them in our land by allowing them to settle and establish villages. But the Kukis were never satisfied with the hospitality and the kindness that our ancestors had given them. And in 1956, the Kuki Union of Naga Hills wrote to the Prime Minister of India asking the government of India to give them 300 self-loading rifles. 300 self-loading rifles so that they can fight and finish the Naga gangsters. That is the word they used. Nevertheless, Nagas still look forward to peaceful coexistence. But we find that the Kukis are determined to still fight with the Nagas. These 6 brothers were not just killed, they were butchered. Their mortal remains were mutilated into pieces. They were killed, butchered in the most inhuman manner. The fault of these 6 Nagas was only that they were peace-loving Nagas. As we gather here this evening, we want to tell the Kukis, the Kuki leaders, to stop this madness. Do not leave a legacy of treachery and hatred to the generations that follows. This is not a time to give long lectures and speeches, ladies and gentlemen. So with these few words, I, on behalf of the Nagaland Tribal Hoho, convey our deepest support to the UNC in the demand for justice and our deepest respect to the 6 brothers who were killed and butchered by the cookies.
In the passionate words of Dylan Thomas, pleading to fight fiercely against death until the very last moment. My utmost reverence to our 6 fallen comrades. From 4th to 6th of June 2026, Naga Students Federation undertook a reconnaissance and solidarity mission to the southern parts of the Naga homeland with the primary objectives to extend solidarity to the affected fellow Nagas, to assess the prevailing ground situation, and to understand the humanitarian impact of the ongoing conflict. And in the course of the mission, we have documented and then have come up with a very comprehensive report on the conflict, which comes to about 40 pages. So in order to save time, I will not be reading out the report. However, the same will be published in printed and social medias for our consumption. The same will also be presented to Her Excellency, the Honorable President of India. To save time, I will just read out the Charter of Demands as per the concerns documented during the NSF Reconnaissance and Solidarity Mission. The following demands are: an independent, impartial and time-bound investigation should be instituted into the abduction, captivity, torture and killing of the 6 Naga civilians, with all responsible persons identified and proceeded against through due process. A comprehensive investigation should be undertaken into all incidents involving killings, abductions, attacks on civilians, destruction of property and displacement, to ensure justice for affected families. A comprehensive review and appropriate action regarding the suspension of operations within brackets SU arrangement should be undertaken in view of concerns regarding violations, continued armed activities and grave human rights abuses associated with SU arrangement. An independent inquiry should examine concerns relating to the conduct, neutrality and operational role of security forces in conflict-affected areas, including observations recorded during the NSF delegation's field assessment. Immediate measures should be taken to protect Naga villages, civilian populations, ancestral lands and community institutions affected by the conflict. Effective measures should be adopted to address illegal poppy cultivation, narcotics trafficking, and illicit arms proliferation through coordinated action by competent authorities. Safe and unrestricted movement of civilians along National Highway 202 and other strategic routes should be ensured through impartial and effective security arrangements. And lastly, sincere efforts towards lasting peace should be initiated through dialogue, justice, accountability, and respect for the dignity and rights of all affected communities. The NSF Reconnaissance and Solidarity Mission was launched from Kohima and proceeded towards Ukrul via Senapati, Kampokpi, and Imphal, breaking barriers in the process beyond buffer zones along the national highways after several weeks of uncertainty and deadlock because of the conflict, and taking due cognizance of the grim reality down in the south. From the first-hand account as reported by the 12 hostages who were released, which included an infant, to the experiences of the 6 hostage families, the traumas they went through, and the narrative of the 170 displaced villagers from Konsakul village who had taken shelter at Makhan village. Further, the delegation also witnessed en route to Imphal at Kampokpi, where about 40 to 50 Kuki youths wearing Assam Rifles uniforms in the presence of Assam Rifles personnel carrying highly sophisticated assault rifles. These have all been documented in the comprehensive report, which will be published in printed and digital medias.
This Candlelight Vigil is very significant for the entire Naga people. The 6 Naga brothers being murdered, which is not only murdered but brutally butchered also, which Naga people will never tolerate. So injustice of our 6 brothers being killed, the Naga Student Federation felt it is necessary to demand justice from Government of India as well as Government of Manipur.
What kind of justice are you expecting?
See, in this regard, we have all seen in the medias, which is already out. It is a inhuman act which was being done by the Kuki people, the Kuki militants especially. For Naga people, we were always advocating for peace, but it is very unfortunate that Kuki have taken otherwise on the Naga people. So today, justice is a must for our 6 brothers, where we demand that the immediate people, the culprit, those who are moving freely, should be booked by the law and should take appropriate action against all those Kuki militants.
Are you setting any deadline?
We have not set any deadline, but the government of India should come up with a timeline of the investigation and should come up with justice for our 6 brothers.
HIV can infect anyone, including children. A woman with HIV can spread it to her baby during pregnancy, delivery, or breastfeeding.